We're now joined by baseball columnist John Harper of the Daily News for more on the Matt Harvey suspension. John, this isn't the first issue we've seen with Matt Harvey. Do you think if it was any other player, the Mets would have handled it in this way?
I'm not sure. You know, this doesn't happen to many players, Justine, so it'd be hard to say. I think there would be a little bit more of a benefit of the doubt with other players, but there is some bad blood that lingers going all the way back to, you know, the times when he was hurt and all that stuff. And so I think, but I think the Mets definitely have a right to suspend him. It's rare when a player just doesn't show up. You know, there's back and forth between when he called, if he called, whatever. But he definitely wasn't there when he was supposed to be there. They have a right to suspend him. I just wish they would kind of put everything out there so there's not this confusion about what happened, what didn't happen. Let people know what happened. Put the accountability, make Harvey accountable. That's part of the issue here is the Mets have not forced him to be accountable over the years, and sooner or later you're going to get to a situation like this.
So you would have liked to see them be more forthright about what happens?
Yeah, because as it turned out, you know, the Mets didn't say anything, so now you're hearing from the agent, Harvey's agent, about he was playing golf, he had a headache, he had a migraine. The Mets have been pretty low-key about responding to this. What I've heard back from people is just that he wasn't there when he was supposed to be there. If he texted them after that, it was after he was supposed to be there, so that to them, it was already an issue no matter what.
A lot of injuries, a lot going on with this team. I know it's a shorter suspension. How big of a distraction is this for this team?
Yeah, they didn't need this at this time, Justine, that's for sure, because they were just starting to play well again. They got through the whole Syndergaard situation, you know, with his injury and whether he should have had the MRI, didn't have the MRI, all that stuff. And so now you have Harvey on top of that. And obviously they need Harvey to be good for starters. They don't have enough pitching. They're trying to figure out what to do with Montero as the fifth starter. They had to bring up this kid Wilk today, who obviously wasn't able to handle a line. He just hasn't pitched much in the major leagues. So yeah, this is not what they need right now.
Finally, John, do you think the relationship between Harvey and the organization is beyond repair at this point?
It's certainly getting there. You know, as I said, they've always had some issues going all the way back to when Harvey first got hurt. Remember, they moved his locker to the shower in Port St. Lucie, basically, because they didn't want him to communicate with the press, so there was bad blood there. And then Harvey did some things, you know, going to a Derek Jeter game one night when the Mets were playing. A lot of bad blood there. I think at this point, I'd be surprised if he's on the team next year. He's a free agent after next season, so I think this certainly seals that he won't be around for a long term. But the way things are going here, unless they can patch this up, I could see them trading him after this season, but you don't want to trade low. If Harvey doesn't have a strong year, you don't want to just give him away because he may get back to being closer to what he was in his early years, but we'll see.
Well, John, the story, of course, will continue to evolve over the coming days. He's John Harper of the Daily News. Thank you so much for your time, John.
Thanks, Justine.